And welcome back to War Conquer. So today's gonna be a bit of a different episode. I'm not doing conquest. I'm not using mods. So I'm just gonna be going through like my generals. So the things that like I feel like that you don't know what's the purpose of every single player has their own unique generals. So and all of them like serve a unique purpose. So I just want to go through that with you and maybe give some tips on how you can like maximize the effectiveness of these generals. So starting off right away, we have of course Manstein. Manstein, I bought him like the moment. Not the moment. I think I bought him like when I was like halfway through World War II Europe, and then he just sped things up way like fast. For me, Manstein is going to be a general that you're always going to have. Like some generals, although they are useful, eventually they will get they will get outpaced because of course the game's getting colder. When you get to late games, some generals just aren't useful anymore. But Manstein is one of those generals that never gets unuseful, that never gets useless. You're always going to use Manstein in almost every single stage. You are going to use Manstein, and once you put Manstein on that heavy tank, things are gonna change. Like, I'm not saying you have to buy Manstein, but if you want to skip to the whole stuff right away, if you want to like skip to like the Cold War or something, if you want to make the game a bit easier for you, yeah, Manstein is definitely the guy for you. He does cost like, I'm pretty sure, he costs like he costs $16 or something, but to be honest, it's definitely worth it. He makes things so much easier in the game. Next is Eisenhower, who I also bought. Now this is a bit of a controversial one because most people tend to only have one naval general, which is Nimitz. But I went ahead and bought Eisenhower. This was a time when like I didn't really know about the fact that you could just do Nimitz's naval missions, and the things that I wasn't strong enough to do Nimitz's naval missions, and then I just kept struggling with like, you know, that one axis mission, called Mediterranean War. Right, I needed a naval general for that, and at the time I didn't know you could just spam submarines and just kill like Mountbatten and Cunningham, and plus the things that if you don't have very high tech level, it may not even actually work. Spamming subs will definitely work, but it's gonna be hard to get like a 3-star. You usually, if you do submarine spam, sometimes you only get a 2-star or even a 1-star. And plus, there's a ton of like the Pacific missions really like the Pacific missions. Oh, of course, you got a lot of Navy levels in the Pacific missions. And I don't think one naval general is enough. And that was kind of proven in the Warzone update, where like people start to realize, oh yeah, right. I should probably get a second naval general by this point. Because if you're gonna keep forcing you to buy new generals, then you should probably get a second naval general. But I was fortunate enough to not have that problem, and now I'm even wondering, should I even have a third naval general? It's possible that I might even get like a Yamamoto soon. I might get like donuts. I think if I were to get a naval general, it would 100% be donuts. Followed by maybe Yamamoto, but he's more of an Air Force leader though. But I'll try my best to give him like ship skills. I think you also got like these special ones here. Whitman. I'm not buying that yet, but if I do have the opportunity to if I do have the money to buy it, I will definitely buy. He looks pretty good. He has like the ace tank. And no 100% defense on units. That's gonna be huge. There's another one called a Caution, which is another named general. So there's a lot of generals that I really want to get. Okay, but you know what? Well, I'm diverting from the subject, I would say. And this is Williams. So Williams is more of a recent one actually. I only got him like 2 months ago, but he's proven to be extremely useful. You know why? He has this self-propelled artillery skill, which may actually make him the strongest artillery general in the game because of this. Because here's this thing, yeah, so when commanding an artillery unit to attack, gain 100% of attacking again after annihilating enemy troops, is basically the same as like assault. You know that tank skill? If you don't know, tanks have a skill called assault, where if you destroy a unit, then they can go and attack another unit. And it's the same thing here, and I've wanted like something like this for a long time. Because also it does so much damage. Imagine you being able to just do the same thing that do assault, but with even higher damage. Also it does insane amounts of damage. So of course I and probably a lot of you guys who probably want like silver particular. I do find it a little bit disappointing that you don't have to pay $10. You don't have to pay $10 for a pre-order for like a skill. So some people might think that it's just easy to try to milk, just try to get as many, just try to milk every single quarter I was. But personally, I think it's actually a pretty good way to like I think it's definitely worth his money. And plus with that $10, you also get like 1,000 bones, which you can use to level up like his accuracy. Would have definitely wish he had artillery leader instead of explosives. Explosives are they're not very good to say the least. Okay, Guderian, of course. Yeah, so you can see, yeah, Guderian is, yeah, I fully upgrade him. I didn't mention this. I fully upgrade all my Tejos except for TIE fighting and plane fighting. I prioritize the tank skills way more than like the other skills that they get. However, I did take the Warhammer for a community's advice and got him rumor, which I heard is really useful. If you put rumor on Guderian, he's much more powerful. I'm pretty sure the only disadvantage to Manstein is that you can't add any more skills onto him. With Guderian, you can, so you can just put rumor on him, and then he's gonna be absolutely insane. Now, although I do think Manstein is still a better tank general, they might actually be equal now. Yeah, because to be honest, I feel like the only reason why I think Manstein's better is because when you get him, he has better skills than Guderian. He gets the rank of field emotion instantly, while you have to spend a bunch of minutes from El Cologne to emotion. Like when I first bought Manstein, he was immediately field motion, but then I need to spend like I think it took me like 3 months or something just to get him to like motion rank. But other than the fact that he costs a bunch and then you still have to level him up to a high rank, other than that, he's a great general. Once you really get past the grinding stage, he's gonna become like he's basically gonna become a tank backup. So let's say your Manstein dies, but then you still have Guderian as a backup. So usually I usually use Manstein as the main damage dealer, and then Guderian as the guy who sits in the back and supports Manstein. And that was how things changed until oh wait. Okay, we still have one more. We still have a Nimitz left. So Nimitz, I did listen to communities about advice. I did get Nimitz second. I knew I was definitely gonna get Nimitz someday, but I was just too lazy to. They were too difficult for me. I wasn't in the stage of the game where I was strong enough to do it, and the tournament. And I knew that it would be really difficult. I to get through like those naming missions, because then I have to like hire one of those one of those like bad naming, not bad, but like. Well, let me find like one. Let me find. Oh yeah, Fletcher. Oh yeah, one of these lower like tier generals, and they weren't gonna do anything right away. Anything until I spend a bunch of minutes just trying to like, level them up. So I just decided I would get I just have how rough that I did eventually get a Nimitz. I got this medal, by the way. I didn't even know he had Ace forces, but the armor mail. I recently got armor mail from the Warzone, and yeah, 120%. Wow, that's actually a lot. Damn, this may actually be a huge thing. Nemesis is not fully upgraded yet. I'm working on his rumor right now. I really need to spend some minutes and upgrade him. Because I'm pretty sure Eisenhower. He is kind of not really actually. I really need to get around to upgrade my naval generals. Next is Rommel. So this is where the dynamic will change even further, because now I have a backup general. So basically what I'll do I'll put so now that I have a third tank, so and I'm definitely gonna get a fourth one. Probably Rukazovsky. I am planning to make a huge purchase. Later. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I'm gonna make like a purchase of like 20,000 mil or something pretty soon. So I'm definitely gonna get that full tank general. It's definitely gonna be Rukazovsky. I still have some. I'm probably still gonna have a lot left. So maybe I can get like another naval general. Actually, maybe no infantry. No. I don't want to know infantry. I probably want just maybe no tank general. I'm not sure. Some people have like 6 tank generals, and that's perfectly reasonable. But even I sort of question how having like 6 tank generals would really help. I feel like there'll be no scenario where you will need 6 tank generals unless you're doing some kind of stage that gives you just like 100 heavy tanks. And then I guess that would be reasonable. But I feel there's no stage in like the entire game that will give you straight up give you 10 super tanks and no other unit. So now basically how dynamic works is that Mankind is the main damage dealer, Guderian is the guy in the back, and then Rommel is more of a diversion, I would say. He's not. I'm not saying he's more of a defensive general, but for me he's not much of an offensive. Usually I use him as a distraction. So when I see like a really strong unit going towards Mankind, I'll loot him over. I'll usually I'll get them to come towards Rommel, and then I'll get Rommel to wreck them. And so let's say there's like a really big rocket artillery coming towards Mankind. I don't want Mankind to get hit. So instead I use Rommel, and Rommel kind of tanks a bit of the damage. And he does have a motion rank. Actually, he is kind of the same. He's almost fully upgraded. I might want to upgrade his desert fighting just for the fact that I want to be historically accurate. And actually, it goes up pretty full, 25. Like 25, and if I use like one of those like a free mounts, I can get like up to 50 damage, which is insane. But it's again, there's so many biomes, there's a bunch of biomes in the game, so it may not be that useful. I haven't upgraded his blitzkrieg yet, hoping I can upgrade it sooner. And okay, here's my first artillery drill. So for a long time, I really wanted to have an artillery drill. There were so many stages I saw, like there was just rocket artillery, strong rocket artillery, after rocket artillery, and they did so much damage. And I just imagine if I had like an artillery general like Konev, then maybe if I put Konev down on artillery, this would help so much more. And eventually, I did actually get one. I got a Konev. So I haven't even like fully upgraded him, and actually I've kind of neglecting him now. Now usually most of the time in Sage they only give you one rocket artillery. So I usually only put Williams on there. I don't really use Konev. I usually only use Konev on like this rare occasions where you get two. But I do have to use him for Conquest though. But he's a pretty big port in Conquest. Conquest having 2 artillery generals in Conquest is a huge. It's gonna make things a lot easier. So I won't dismiss him. Wow, you can you can really see how much like money, how much mils I've spent. Okay, so if you're more of a free play player, I recommend getting Konev. But if you want that overpowered skill, and you don't mind spending maybe like $10, $10 smackaroonies, go for Williams. No, he's really good, but oh yeah, right. Runestead. Okay, Runestead is, I think, one of the more recent generals. I got very recently. Infantry is infantry general, but again, the only reason why I use him is because it's a war zone. I need an infantry general for war zone. So I never use him in campaign stages unless they give us like a commando or something, and I don't want to take up space for possible naval generals / tank generals / artillery generals. so I really only use him for Warzone. Hey, now let's take a look at how much medals I spent. How much medals I spent for some of these. So for Gadeo I spent 9,298. Jeez, wow! You can see how much labor I went through. Like 3,400, 7,000, 3,000, and okay, yeah. The least is 1,504. Okay, and there we go. That is a complete rundown of all my generals. Why do their purpose and how they changed my experience playing World Conqueror 4. And actually, this is a really good time to do it because, yeah, like I said, I'm doing a huge, I'm gonna be doing a huge general revamp. So I'm gonna be making like huge purchase of 23,000 medals. And I'm gonna be spending it all that. I wish I had the ability to live stream. I only have like I don't have 100 subscribers yet. So I'm not pressuring you, but maybe you should. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't believe I said that. Okay, you know, just do whatever I want. I want to pressure you, but if you want to see me do some live stream, maybe you could click that red button. But I feel so ashamed of doing that, man. And so I feel this is a really good time to do since I am doing that huge general revamp. I'm soon gonna get like a Rukzovsky, Rukzovsky. I'm trying to do like a Russian accent. It's good, Rukzovsky, right? Okay, if I have any Russian viewers out there, please indicate if I'm correct, if there was a correct Russian accent. Actually, I feel like nobody but the Russians has a real Russian accent. Everybody but the Russians are terrible at making Russian accents. It's pretty expected, okay? But anyways, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.